probably figured out by now that it is our job to tempt you. So, how about a reason to head to the beach for one last summer visit?
How about good food, good music, all while keeping healthy and supporting a worthwhile cause? Joining us today to tell us more about Cheer's Beach Day is Cheer Marketing Director Randy Nelson. Randy,
Thanks.
I don't need a reason to go to the beach, but I tell you what, you have a very good reason to go to the beach, and we'll talk about that in just a few moments. But first, I want you to tell me about Cheer and the services you offer.
Well, we're a nonprofit agency, and we do programs and services for seniors in Sussex County, Delaware, and they range from anything from home care, which may include nursing oversight, companionship, personal care. We also do Meals on Wheels. We do about 130,000 Meals on Wheels deliveries a year in Sussex County. We do transportation, medical transportation. We do grocery mini mart. We also have 7 cheer centers and a community center in the county. So we're devoted to taking care of people that either need a little extra assistance or maybe need some additional care once they start to age.
In that list of all these things that you do, which are all wonderful, you mentioned Meals on Wheels. Tell me a little bit more about Meals on Wheels.
Well, Meals on Wheels has been in place with Cheer for over 20 years. As I said, we do about 127,000 Meals on Wheels deliveries in the county every year. It's a tremendous endeavor. We have about 600 volunteers that work on that program. The money for Meals on Wheels actually comes from the federal government, about 60%. The rest, individual agencies need to make up that shortfall. In Delaware, our hope is after the election, because we're sure that it's not going to be solved prior to the election, but that our legislature and our governor can sit down and find a way to bridge that shortfall between the federal government money and the state money that's not been provided to the program. And the problem is, especially in these kind of difficult economic times, it has gotten better for us in fundraising endeavors, but it's still very difficult to raise money in this kind of economy. And I think when you talk about how vital and essential a program like Meals on Wheels is, you know, it's an extremely important thing for people that either can't drive, they can't cook, they can't get out of their home. You know, in many cases they've had surgery, so it's a temporary kind of stopgap measure, but we need to find a solution that provides these services to people that need them. And for us, it's been a very difficult process. We've been out of money for Meals on Wheels for about 5 months. So, you know, we are talking about it, and it's very possible, although I don't think it'll happen immediately in October, but that we may start to have to put a process in place where new clients are actually put on a waiting list. And I think that's the last thing our elected officials and our community wants to see, is people being put on a waiting list for Meals on Wheels. So we're very concerned about it, and we're hoping that at a certain point here we can get our elected officials to sit down and figure out a way. We're not the only agency, by the way, that does Meals on Wheels in Delaware. There are 5, 2 in Sussex County, but all of them are in that kind of 6-figure total. So you're talking about a lot of people that rely on this program, and we're really hoping that you know, again, after the election, that people can kind of sit down and figure out how are we going to solve this problem. And quite frankly, it's not just Meals on Wheels. I mean, you're talking about a lot of issues for seniors that are either underfunded or not funded at all. And that can go anything from home care to transportation issues, which are extremely relevant in Sussex County and rural areas. And, you know, we need to figure out how we're going to do that. You look at this kind of aging population, it's not going to stop. So
that's where the Beach Day comes in.
The Beach Day is actually the fun part of the process.
Yeah, we can actually help you raise money for these needs. It's actually the Healthy Living Expo Beach
Correct.
Day?
Very good.
Yay.
It's a long title. We do it every year. It's our 36th year, and it's one of our primary fundraisers, and it does fund the foundation, which funds various programs. And it's an opportunity for seniors to come. There's a Healthy Living Expo. There's vendors from all over the state that come and provide services. You can get everything from blood sugar screenings, blood pressure, blood glucose, cholesterol.
Oh my.
You have a little bit of a cheat sheet, not as nice as your guys. Balance testing, flu shots, which are now paid 100% by Medicare if you're a senior. Visual acuity, so you can see that, you know, eye test, all kinds of tests that would be relevant for seniors. And then there are tons of other vendors that are at the event that provide all kinds of health and wellness, financial education, Medicare information.
So it's good, and it's good for you.
And it's good for you. Plus, we serve food. And we have entertainment. We have Sky Brady is there up at the bandstand, Kathy Gorman, and Mario Rocco will all be up at the bandstand.
wow.
So it's kind of a celebration. This year we're also using the fire hall. It'll be our first year doing that, and so for people who are coming, I should probably let them know that the food is actually being served in the fire hall this year.
Okay, so run down the entire event details for us.
Well, the event starts at 9 a.m. It runs until 2 p.m. And so when you can either go first to the convention center where there'll be vendors, or you can go to the fire hall where there will also be vendors and food. And then up at the bandstand there will be entertainment. We also have a power walk where we use to raise money. It's a 2.5-mile walk along the boardwalk, and so you can kind of go as long as you want. You can just do a couple hundred yards, or you can do the entire walk, and we use that to raise funds for the agency
Randy,
too.
thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Cheer. That's great.
And I appreciate your commitment to having us on.
Our pleasure.
I appreciate
Good to have
that. Thank you.
Well, still to come on Delmarva Live, you've seen his face on WBOC, but today Paul Butler switches hats to talk about his new motivational book.
Up next, how your family may benefit from it. Delmarva Live, life at its best here on Delmarva.